If you plan correctly, work hard, and are patient, good things will happen and you will start to earn money. If you don't take action and just sit and wait for something good to happen, I'm sorry, it won't. Fear is a disease. If you fear, you will be met with hurdles and obstacles that will stop you from reaching your goals. If you put away the fear, whatever it may really be, you will open up possibilities for success and fulfillment in your career and in your life. I learned already that every step will take you towards your desired outcome. Whatever your desire is, whether you don't feel like working out today, whether or not you decide to read a book today, that's still going to be a step. And apparently, if you are not putting in the effort and your desired outcome is laziness and uneducation, then this is where it's going to take you. You need to really journal your victories. It doesn't matter how small they are. I feel like in today's society, we only acknowledge the big achievements, but when it comes to small victories, maybe you started walking every morning for 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe you started a YouTube channel, which might seem like a small thing to someone, but for you, for someone who is not as motivated to start things, it's a huge victory. And you should really journal it and write it down and always look at it a couple of weeks into whatever you're trying to do. Go back. That's why I'm a big fan when it comes to journaling everything, not just your victories, but your victories is a huge thing to be journaling. You can always pat yourself on the back. Don't become a narcissist, praise yourself on every little thing, but acknowledging and being aware of, yes, I am moving in the right direction. It's always a good step forward. If you give your absolute all for even a little while, you will see huge improvement. Again, I'm going back to my personal experience. I did it for 2 years. I gave my absolute all. Keep in mind, I have small children, so it was really hard for me to actually find the time in a day, and it was challenging to balance everything. But when you put everything to the side and you kind of pause all of your outings and you pause all of your spendings and you pause even vacations to some degree, then you will really see the results. Whoever says otherwise is wrong for sure. That means they didn't give their all. I believe in 80-20 rule, so even if you do just 20% of input that will generate 80% of outcome, those 20% you need to be at 100. So you need to be present at 100% when you are doing something, when you are putting the time and effort into something that you're trying to grow. A couple of things I learned while trying to build a business, trying to become financially stable and starting a YouTube channel. You really don't see any results anytime soon. So don't expect anything unless it's some kind of a get-rich-quick scheme. Everything else requires a lot of patience, requires a lot of consistency, requires more research than talent, I would say, requires self-education. Don't always rely on someone else educating you on the system. Self-educate yourself. There's so much information online that people are really missing on, and we should really go back to self-education. Whatever you want to learn, you can find it. Libraries or online, there's an abundance of books and an abundance of knowledge. We just need to make it a point to actually want to learn something. I know it's kind of hard in today's society, and everyone is kind of trying just to build an audience on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, or whatever Elon Musk changed the name to. It feels like you're wasting time when you're just waiting for results. But if you want long-lasting results, then you need to be patient and you need to wait. Even with the YouTube channel, I've been doing this almost 2 years, and I cannot say that I feel like I've achieved huge results, but I still believe in consistency, and I will still be consistent because I know that my audience is out there waiting for my content, and that this is all not going to be in vain, and everything is going to have an ROI, return on investment. Doesn't matter what you invest, whether it's money, whether it's time, there will be some kind of return if you do it consistently. A couple of your projects will fail, and that's understandable as long as you know how to get back up and how to get out there and try a different thing. I tried a couple of projects, about 5 or 6. 3 of them failed, and I didn't stop on working on the other ones. I still continue working on the other ones. Even if you don't see a huge growth, there is growth. Even if it's not visible online, it's personal growth. Every time you put in an effort to learn something, to teach someone something, to share your knowledge, to be in front of a camera, you're becoming that much braver because your personal growth is based on how many uncomfortable situations you're putting yourself in. And being in front of a camera is not always comfortable. Not being within your comfort zone is what is going to get you to grow. I'm very much out of my comfort zone. I moved out of my house in Toronto. I'm visiting family in Croatia, so I don't have all of my equipment with me. But I made it a point to be consistent, and I made a promise to myself that no matter what, I'm going to be always on point when it comes to my YouTube channel, because I do enjoy it and I do like sharing my thoughts and my experiences and whatever I learned. It's an extremely empowering feeling, and it's growth, it's personal growth, and I believe in personal growth. Make sure you don't fall into the trap of being consistent non-stop. It's really kind of hard, I understand, because social media promotes hustle. You know, you need to hustle non-stop. I believe in hustling, but I also believe in rest. And I don't mean rest going out with your friends and drinking or partying. There are so many other things you can be doing with your time when you're trying to rest your brain, when you're trying to recharge. Sometimes us as content creators, you get burned out. You do feel like you're out of ideas. You do feel like there's nothing else for you to share. There's nothing else for you to talk about. But that's not necessarily the truth. Maybe you're just burned out. Maybe you just need to read a book, not on self-development, but romance or history. Something else to kind of redirect your train of thoughts and think about something else as opposed to just content creation and putting things out on social media. Don't fall into that trap. You need to be productive as much as you can. Other than that, you still need to have a life, you still need to do things, you still probably have a family, children, a spouse, maybe even a full-time job. Whatever you are in your journey, I do wish you all the best. Please do comment down below what projects failed for you. Don't be shy, there's no judgment, there's no any kind of bad feedback. Everyone is pretty supportive, and that's why I like this platform and this form of sharing through YouTube. Do comment down below, what do you think about the hustle environment, about the hustle era? How do you fight against it, and how do you stay consistent? Thank you very much, and I will see you in my next video.